Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Detective Michael J. Kearns sign dedication ceremony. I am Sergeant Stephen Krukowski, the commanding officer of the ceremonial unit, and I will be your master of ceremonies for today's event. At this time, please join me in welcoming the Kearns family, who we are honored to have join us and remember Detective Kearns. Detective Kearns' wife, Stacy, Detective Kearns and Stacy's daughter, Anna, and son, Sean. We'd also like to acknowledge those who made today possible. County Executive Bruce Blakeman, NCPD Police Commissioner Patrick Ryder, Town of Hempstead Supervisor Don Clavin, Town Clerk Kate Murray, Town Councilman Dennis Dunn, and the entire team at the Town of Hempstead. Please rise for the national anthem, which will be performed by Department vocalist, Police Officer Stacy Dolan.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Officer Dolan. It is now my pleasure to introduce County Executive Bruce Blakeman.
First of all, I want to thank Stacy, Anna, and Sean for coming here today. I know you live in Florida now, but it's really important to us that the families be here when we make these dedications, because it's really about the memory and remembering. And that's one thing that Commissioner Ryder always talks about. We remember those who died in the line of duty. And I think that Michael deserves this honor greatly for the courage and bravery that he showed. And then, of course, contracting the 9/11 related illness. I'm very honored to be here with our Police Commissioner, Patrick Ryder. We are the safest county in America. It's not by accident. It's the men and women of our police department who do such a great job each and every day protecting our communities. I also want to welcome Kate Murray, the clerk of the Town of Hempstead. Kate is a great supporter of law enforcement, and we want to thank the Town of Hempstead for joining with us in this honor. Really appreciate it, Kate. And of course, Dennis Dunn, the fighting Marine who serves on the Hempstead Town Board and formerly served on the county legislature, and also is a major supporter of law enforcement here in Nassau County. Thank you, Dennis. Also with us is Bill Bourguignon, who is the president of the Detectives Association here for the Nassau County Police Department. Thank you, Bill, for being with us. So I think many of you know this story, but maybe Michael's family doesn't know. On 9/11, I lost my nephew in the line of duty, Sergeant Tommy Juergens. He was a court officer. He was summoned to help evacuate the South Tower. He was giving first aid to a woman who was severely burned when the building collapsed, and we never, ever found any DNA. We only found his sidearm and his shield. And it was a very difficult time for us, as it was for so many families. But what we've seen over the years is that we still have these tragedies that occur that were related to that horrible day, that attack, that murderous and cowardly attack on America. And unfortunately, we are here today for Detective Kearns because of that attack, and we should never, ever forget that. Just as we never forget our fallen, and we will always be there for you. Stacy, your family is part of our family, and here in Nassau County, we love our police officers, we respect our police officers, and we will always continue to honor and remember our police officers who have fallen. So may God bless you and your family, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Thank you, County Executive Blakeman. It is now my pleasure to introduce Commissioner of Police Patrick Ryder.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming out. You know, this is our 100-year anniversary of this department. 100 years ago, April 16th, 1925, it started. And over those 100 years, we've lost 50 men and women to the line of duty, those that went out to serve and protect. Michael was one of those heroes. Mike and I go back a long way. Michael worked for me in asset forfeiture. He did some great cases, but he had this quirky sense of humor that always found a way to make you laugh when times were tough. And we valued that in the office. Besides his skills as being a detective, he was the kind of guy that bonded the office and brought us all together. You know, the purpose of this, when we look back for the celebration, of those 50 men and women that died, 35 did not have a recognition outside of Albany Police Headquarters in Washington. But the general public never sees that. They don't go visit that monument in Albany. I'm sure people pass it and say, oh, is that the police monument? But they don't go look for the name of Michael Kearns or the other 49 men and women that are on there. But I'm hoping what we did here today, when I brought this to the county executive, I said, boss, this is what I'm looking to do. He said, why wasn't it done before? And it's a great question, and that's why we're doing it today. We keep a promise to never forget. 5 simple words. We promise to never forget. This is what we're doing here today, never to forget. I'm hoping on this street, when some kid walks down with his dad, and he says to his dad, and he's teaching him the street corners, and he points up, he goes, what's that name, Dad? Why is that there? That father will stop and say, son, that's a hero. That's a hero that sacrificed his life so that we can go about and walk these streets as safely as we do now. Michael Kearns was a hero that day when he was asked to serve. He was a hero during his career, and now forever on this street corner, people will go by and say, hey, that's Detective Mike Kearns. He's a hero. So thank you, and we promise to never forget.
Thank you, Commissioner Ryder. It is now my pleasure to introduce Town of Hempstead Clerk Kate Murray.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us today. I want to thank County Executive Blakeman, Police Commissioner Pat Ryder, and the entire Nassau County Police Department for hosting this event today, this most important event. And on behalf of all of my colleagues on the Hempstead Town Board, we offer our deepest sympathies and support to the Kearns family. And thank you for joining us for this very, very important moment. And while 24 years have passed since September 11th, our township remains devastated at this unimaginable tragedy. Michael Kearns, Detective Michael Kearns, was one of so many local residents who served as part of the rescue and recovery, the greatest rescue and recovery at Ground Zero. Tragically, Michael, like thousands of other colleagues, civilians, and mostly first responders, succumbed to an illness that developed from his time working on the pile. Michael's story, sadly enough, is similar to many that have occurred across our region and over this past quarter century. It has been reported that more people have succumbed to their illnesses in the intervening years than who perished on that fateful day. Here in Nassau County, as the police commissioner and county executive had mentioned, we vowed that the victims of 9/11 will be remembered as much more than statistics. Michael, as we know, was a loving husband, a great father of 2, a respected member of law enforcement for 30 years, and a dear friend to countless others. Today's street dedication is both a memorial and a remembrance. And as the police commissioner had noted, anybody who comes by this corner from today on will ask the question, and we hope they will be the children especially, will ask the question, who is this Detective Michael Kearns? And we hope that through memory and through ceremony, that we will be able to pass on their heroic deeds, their heroic saga that they participated in on September 11th, 2001. God bless Detective Michael Kearns, his family. God bless all of our first responders, and God bless America. Thank you.
Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce the president of the Detectives Association, William Bourgnon.
Good morning. I want to thank County Executive Blakeman, Police Commissioner, Town of Hempstead, Kate Murray for making this possible. Detective Michael Kearns' sacrifice and the Kearns family sacrifice should never be taken for granted. His commitment and selflessness deserves to be honored every single day. By paying tribute to our fallen and supporting their families, we strengthen our community ties and keep their legacy alive. We ensure that their contributions are never forgotten. Honoring our fallen heroes is not just a responsibility, it's a privilege. It is a way to express our deepest gratitude for those who gave everything to protect and serve. God bless Detective Michael Kearns. God bless the Kearns family, and we will always be here for you.
Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce Detective Kearns' daughter, Anna, to say a few words.
In typical Gen Z fashion, my speech is written on my phone, so please give me a moment to pull that up. Okay, good morning, everyone. I would first like to thank everybody here for attending our ceremony today to honor my dad, Detective Michael Kearns. Growing up, I thought my dad's job as a police officer was easy. I thought this because he would come home from work with a smile on his face, excited to give everyone hugs and kisses, before dedicating his time off to spend with me and my family. To me, Dad was always composed, strong, and happy. I know now that being a police officer is no easy job, and his work came with more sacrifices than I could even imagine. But the reason he made those sacrifices, to work extra hours, sometimes not come home for hours on end, missing nights and sports events with family, he came home from work with a smile on his face, proud and relieved to see his children and wife with dinner on the table and a roof over their head. Line of duty deaths are often referred to as the ultimate sacrifice, a sacrifice that a brother or sister in blue makes in protecting and serving their community. But these fallen officers are also sacrificing time with their loved ones. My dad was incredibly dedicated to his job, and I know that that dedication was driven by his love for his family, the need to provide comfort and security for those that he loved most. As we memorialize and honor Mike's service today, we also remember the man behind the badge. Dad was and always will be my hero. I continue to learn from his examples of working hard and loving harder. I'd now like to take this time to introduce my brother Sean, followed by my mother Stacy, to share a few words about my dad. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. Good morning. I'm honored to be here today. I would like to start by thanking Commissioner Ryder, Kay Murray, and the entire Nassau County Police Department for making this event possible. It is because of your support, your sacrifice, and your service to the people of Nassau County and to Long Island as a whole who have made this moment possible, and for that I cannot thank you enough. And to everyone gathered here today, I would like to thank all of you to help us celebrate and honor my dad's legacy and heroism. Now, before I go any further, I just want to preface by saying that this is my first time giving a speech anywhere, ever. So I will admit this may not be my best work, but I do want to thank Anna for, thank you. But I do want to thank Anna for going first and for taking some of that pressure off of me. I'm truly honored to be standing here for this momentous occasion. When I was born, my dad had been serving in the NCPD for almost 20 years. And throughout the first 10 years of my life, he was my hero, and he will always be my hero, just as Anna put it. He was always the glue that held my family together through all the good times as well as the bad. Of course, we cannot talk about my dad without acknowledging the service and sacrifice he made during 9/11. Like so many first responders that came before him, he didn't think twice when the call came. He went to ground zero and he gave everything, his health, his time, his energy, because he believed in helping others. But it was that sacrifice that took a toll on him later in life. But even as he struggled, he never lost his sense of duty and the love for others, especially the care for his family. Seeing his name on this street sign today is such an overwhelming feeling. If you were to ask me if I think this moment is bittersweet, I would say that it's all sweet, not bitter. And here's why. My dad's street sign represents the lasting impact he had, not just on our family, but on the entire law enforcement community. It serves as a reminder of his dedication, his love, and the values he instilled in all of us. For me personally, it's a reminder that his legacy lives on in the ways we continue to support and care for each other. But this is not the first time that my father's name has been cemented into history of American law enforcement. In fact, just last year, my family and I went to National Police Week, and we got to see his name posted on the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial in Washington, D.C. Getting to meet survivors from all across the country was a great experience for me. And I realized that I wasn't the only one suffering from such an overwhelming loss. And about a week later, we got to see the Nassau County Police Department unveil a commemorative plaque bearing my father's name at the NCPD headquarters in Mineola. I'm sure many of you were there too. All of that leads us to now, and I'm truly grateful for the amazing young man that I have become in the 11 years since my father's death. President Abraham Lincoln once said, "I would like to see a man proud of the place in which he lives, and I would like to see a man live so that his place will be proud of him." Today, I have great honor in saying that all of Nassau County is proud of my father for the sacrifice he made. And I know that he is watching over all of us with great pride, promise, and hope for the future. I am so proud of my dad for his service to the NCPD and the sacrifices he made, and to save and help others. This street sign and this dedication today is a testament to the strength of those who came before us and a reminder of the sacrifices they made. And I would like to end the same way Anna did by saying that my dad has always been and will always be my best true hero. And now it is my honor to introduce my wonderful mother, the amazing young woman who has been beside me every step of this journey, my wonderful mother, Stacy, to share some kind words. Thank you very much, everyone.
Not really sure how I'm supposed to follow that, but, and as a Gen X, I have mine on paper, and don't be surprised if I pull out my reading glasses at some point. Okay, good morning, everyone. Thank you all so much for being here today. Seeing all of you here today, friends, family, colleagues, community members, means the world to our family. I can't begin to describe how much this day would have meant to Mike, and how deeply grateful I am for the love and support you've shown us. Today, we dedicate this street in memory of Mike, not just to honor his name, but to celebrate the life he lived, the people he touched, and the legacy he leaves behind. Since losing Mike, I can't tell you how many people have come up to me and said the same thing. He was just such a great guy. And they're right. Every person I meet who knew him shares a story, a smile, a moment where Mike made their life better, whether it was through his service in law enforcement, his friendship, or his humor. Mike gave everything to his job because he believed in something bigger than himself. He believed in protecting others, in standing up for what's right, in doing good even when it wasn't easy. He wore the badge with pride, not for glory, but because he truly cared. But the role he loved most, the one that brought him the greatest joy, was being a dad. Mike adored our kids. He lit up when they walked in the room, whether it was bath time, playing in the yard, going to the playground, or just sitting with them after a long day. He was always present, always loving, always giving the very best of himself. To Anna and Sean, I hope you always remember that Daddy was devoted to you both and loved you more than anything. And to me, Mike wasn't just my husband. He was my partner, my best friend, and my soulmate. He was the person who could make me laugh, the one I wanted to spend my time with, and the one who made me feel safe. He believed in me, in our family, and I am blessed to have married one of the good guys. This street, now bearing Mike's name, is more than a marker. It's a reminder that good men do exist. That dedication and kindness still matter. That sacrifice should never be forgotten. Every time someone walks or drives down the street, I hope they feel a little bit of what we all felt around Mike. That sense of quiet strength and unwavering love. Thank you to everyone who made this dedication possible. Thank you for remembering Mike with us, and thank you for showing up today and always to honor the kind of man who made this world a better place just by being in it. We miss you, Mike, and I will never stop loving you. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, you are and always will be my very best friend and my one true love. Thank you.
Thank you to all the Kearns family for their kind words. Members of the Kearns family, please assist us as we unveil the sign honoring NCPD Detective Michael J. Kearns. Detective Kearns was not just a law enforcement officer, but a true hero in the aftermath of the tragic events of September 11th, 2001.
All right, we're going to do it in a countdown. County exec likes to start short, so we'll start at 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.